I'm Richard Clarke. I record these talks every day as a way to deepen my inquiry. Listen each day and deepen your own practice. Welcome. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. Today is from Talk 579, Part 2. Maharshi, the ego is insentient. United with the light from the self, it is called Jiva. But the ego and the light cannot be seen distinct from each other. They are always united together. The mixed product is the Jiva, the root of all differentiation. All these are spoken of to satisfy the questioners. Sahasrara, cranium, is the ether, yana, kantham, throat, is air, the mind, hrida, heart, is light, the intellect, nabhi, navel, is water, the memory, mula, the solar plexus, is water, the memory, and earth, the ego. Such is the representation of the subtle body. The senses and other organs act separately, whereas the inner organs and the vital airs can work only in unison. Therefore, the former are vyashti, individualistic, and the latter are samashti, collective. Avarana, a veiling, gives rise to two kinds of veiling. Avarana within veils drik, the seer, and drishya, the seen, leading to the I am the body idea. Outside veils the Lord's creation multiplicity. Jiva is not independent of Isvara, nor ignorance of Maya. Only on waking up from sleep, the man perceives the body and the world, but not in sleep. On the strength of the present knowledge, he understands that he remained in deep sleep also. Therefore, in sleep, Jiva must be concluded to be in pure state, in which the body and the world are not perceived. In this talk, Sri Ramana Maharshi explains how the nature of the ego, its union with the light of the self, and how this combination forms the jiva, which is the root of differentiation and individuality. The questioner is seeking clarity about the ego and its relationship to the self, as well as how this affects perception and the sense of individuality. The Maharshi begins by describing the ego as insentient by itself. It becomes alive only when united with the light of consciousness, the light of the self. This fusion of ego and light creates the jiva, which experiences life as if it were a separate entity. However, the ego and the light cannot be perceived separately because they are always intertwined in our experience. Ramana emphasizes that such explanations are offered only to help questioners grasp these subtle truths, as ultimately these distinctions exist only at a conceptual level. Ramana then elaborates on the subtle body and its association with various elements and centers of consciousness within the body. For example, the cranium is linked to ether and represents jhana, knowledge, while the heart represents light and intellect. These associations highlight how different layers of human experience, memory, intellect, and even ego are interconnected yet distinct in their roles. Maharshi also contrasts the functioning of individual senses, which operate independently, with the inner organ and vital ears, which work collectively. This distinction reflects the interplay between individuality, vyashti, and collectivity, samashti, in our experience. Maharshi also explains the concept of avarana, or veiling, which creates two layers of ignorance. The first layer veils the seer, drik, and the seen, drishya, giving rise to the false identification of I am the body and the sense of separation. The second layer veils the Lord's creation, the non-dual existence, with multiplicity, obscuring the unity that underlies all existence. This veiling creates the illusion of separation and fuels the ego-driven sense of individuality. Then Ramana Maharshi points out that in deep sleep, the Jiva exists in a pure state, free from perception of the body and the world. Upon waking, the Jiva resumes identifying with the body and the world. Yet, through introspection, you can recognize that the pure state in sleep is closer to the true nature of the self. This understanding invites you to explore the nature of the jiva and ultimately transcend the identification with the ego, recognizing the ever-present light of the self. So know yourself and be always free and at peace. In 40 Verses on Reality, Ramana Maharshi explains the nature of the self, the ultimate reality, and self-inquiry. My new book, with my comments and inquiry questions, opens these teachings up and brings them into your practice and experience. Available now from Amazon. Link in the video description. These videos bring Ramana's teachings into your direct experience. Click subscribe to see more. Click thumbs up to like, and send questions and start a dialogue with a comment.